Hey, welcome to the Really Charlie podcast here on Fireside. I'm here chilling out, hanging with you on Fireside. Today is real interesting, and this is history class for the masses. Just some facts that I had found out, and I just want to share with you. Little history doesn't hurt anyone, and so I'm just passing it on. Things that I find, I just want to throw it out there. It's very, very dear to me when I do these types of things because there's so many things that are hidden or not being told. So I try to do the best I can and get some information out there. All right. And a couple of days ago, I tried to get one of our local shows um, on Fireside, and something happened, and I wasn't able to bring that to you. So next Thursday, we're going to bring straight to the point sports talk to Fireside. It's part of the WNB1 radio that I am associated with, and I play R&B music on Tuesday nights, 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern Time. And we have a variety of hosts, DJs, shows, and what I'm trying to do is add that to Fireside. And so I'll be doing that this week. Tomorrow I'll be with the Wind Down podcast and trying to bring them and their show and their fire to Fireside. So I'll do that tomorrow evening at 7 p.m. Eastern Time, and then Thursday we'll do the straight to the point sports talk. This is something I'm just trying to do and try to get more creators to Fireside, and WNB1 is one of them that I'm trying to do and get them on board. All right. So some of the history that I may be telling you, you may know or you may not know, but I'm going to put it out there anyway. And today, my information and my source is bypodcastcreators.com. That's where I'm getting my information from and the article that I'll be reading very, very shortly. Let me turn this iPad off because it keeps tweeting like a bird, and we don't need that. I make enough noise all by myself. All right, everyone. So, like I said, this is from bypodcastcreators.com, and the title is Seven Black Pioneers Every Podcaster Should Be Thankful For. So that includes me, that includes you. So we're going to talk some facts right here. All right, this article was written, I just want to make sure there's no name to the author, but it is from bypodcastcreators.com. All right. So it's probably a team of writers that did this. All right. 7 Black Pioneers every podcaster should be thankful for. Hey, podcasters, do you ever stop to think about the brilliant minds that paved the way for you to share your voice with the world? No, we're not talking about your grandma who always told you you had a gift to gab, also known as you talk too much. We're talking about true heroes, the Black pioneers that paved the way for everyone in the industry. These innovators took the world by storm, and it's important we recognize their contribution in the podcasting industry. So sit back, hold on to your mic, and get ready to learn about the 7 Black pioneers you never knew you needed to thank. Okay, and first up is James E. West. James E. West, the inventor of the modern microphone. Would podcasting have ever gone mainstream if it didn't have the quality and accessible mics? We don't think so. West co-invented the foil. It says electric. Wow, microphone in 1962 with Gerhard Sescher. Man, these names are killing me. The tiny device was a cheaper, smaller, and more convenient alternative to the standard condenser microphone. Now, thanks to West and his team, we have accessible mic options at our fingertips since the device is in almost all devices that pick up sounds like laptops, microphones, lavaliers, and recorders. Interesting. So that's one of the pioneers, James E. West, that we can be thankful for. Now, this woman, you may know, it's Ida B. Wells, born 1862 and died in 1931, the pioneer of the data-driven investigative reporting. And I heard a lot over the years about her, but she was intense. Definitely way ahead of her time. Every investigative reporter everywhere should probably have a shrine to Ida B. Wells next to their desk to thank her for her contributions to their profession. Hello, true crime pods, where are you? Born into slavery, she came of age during the Reconstruction by age 27, was the editor and co-owner of the African American newspaper in Memphis called Freedom of Speech and The Headlight. She was a crusader for justice and became known for her investigative reporting on the terror tactics like lynching used to harass and suppress, intimidate Black people. Her research was backed by statistics, data, interviews, first-hand reports of the violence, effectively challenging the myth that lynchings were the result of serious crimes committed by the lynching victims. I'm glad she said that, victims, lynching victims. So I'm glad they wrote that. Because they were victims, innocent people, just pick a Black man, Black woman, Black boy, Black girl, and just accuse them of something. Her data-driven reporting pioneered investigative reporting across the country and showed that white Southerners often used terror tactics to suppress black enterprises and regain social and economic dominance. I want to add to that. It says white Southerners. Man, it was people all over. You didn't have to be down the South. You were up north, east, west, everywhere. And they were part of all the lynching all over the country. So I think that needs, some clarification. But that's what Ida B. Wells was reporting. She was a Southern woman. I just wanted to add to that. All right. Well, salute to Ida B. Williams. Next party is Dr. Victor Lawrence, the telecommunication genius. Whoa, this is going to be nice. Video podcasters should especially be grateful for Dr. Lawrence pioneering methods that made it possible to include more information in a signal. Why does this matter? Because communication systems use signal processing across satellite, video, radio, wireless systems, making the processing and transmission of data more efficient. Dr. Lawrence worked facilitated the development of the high definition digital television and helped introduce digital video and radio to the world. If you love YouTube or anything related to digital video, you have Dr. Lawrence to thank. Well, I think we all got to thank him for YouTube, Fireside, everything. It's definitely, the things we do on a daily basis. So thank you, Dr. Lawrence, Dr. Victor B. Lawrence, the telecommunication genius. All right, next up is Marion R. Croak. Marion R. Croak, the Hall of Famer. Marion Croak was inducted into the Woman in Technology International's Hall of Fame as recognized for her incredible achievements in tech. She is a vice president of engineering at Google. She was previously the senior vice president of research and development at AT&T. She holds 135 patents, many of them in voice over internet protocol, which is called VoIP. So what is VoIP? It is a technology that allows you to make voice calls using broadband internet connection instead of regular analog phone lines. If you used a computer or electronic device like a tablet, smartphone, you're going to need some sort of voice over IP software. This allows you to communicate with others using the data connection, and it was essential to the beginning of remote podcasting. Nice. Marion R. Croak. Very nice. So we got some people doing many great things. The added thing is that they're black men and women doing great things for all of us. And next up is Jack L. Cooper. Jack L. Cooper, born in 1888 and died in 1970. The radio trailblazer. All right. Jack L. Cooper, the first African American radio disc jockey, described as the undisputed patriarch of black radio in the United States. The exact date is hard to pin down, but sometime around 1923, Cooper became the first black radio announcer in Washington, D.C. at the station WCAP. Although he was hired at the station, Washington, D.C. was segregated and he was forced to enter the station from the rear door. He eventually moved to the back. He eventually moved to back to Chicago by the late 1920s, and he had his own variety show called The All Colored Hour. He developed a national style thought to be the um, precursor to a later DJ approach to rhyming with music, introducing generations of young black listeners to a new genre of radio. Cooper's career in radio spanned 30 years, and in 2012 he was inducted into the National Radio Hall of Fame. Took them a while to nominate him, to induct him. That's crazy. What he done was historic right from the bat, right from Jump Street. It's something that maybe it should have been done a little bit sooner. But he's there, and that's all that matters. It's not a hard jump from radio to podcasting, and it is not hard to imagine that Cooper paved the way for radio DJs who would eventually influence many podcasters. So true. So true. Those radio voices, that were over the air and just inspired me to do this. I always wanted to do something like, podcasting and being on the radio. It just so happens that, you know, um, I'm doing it now, and I'm very, very much in love with it. It's a great, great thing. And thank you, Jack L. Cooper, for doing your thing and being that radio trailblazer that guys and girls around the world needed. All right, we got Mark Dean, the inventor. Computer engineer Mark Dean was one of 12 engineers chosen to build IBM PCs and holds 3 patents for being the personal computer's co-creator. Dean was in charge of engineering the computer's communication system known as a BUS, which allowed separate devices to connect to the main PC. He also developed a graphics adapter, which allowed future models to display colored graphics and video. He was also the first black IBM fellow. Now Dean serves as a professor at the University of Tennessee, Knoxville. Dean was key to inventing the personal computer, and without the personal computer, we doubt that podcasting ever takes off. Great, great job. Salute to you. And this great person, Lisa. It is pronounced Jalopter. Lisa Jalopter, the computer scientist. As a computer scientist, Jalopter was the project manager who led the project development team during the release of Shockwave and Flash. Jalopter eventually worked the code for Shockwave's ActiveX plugin for Internet Explorer, one of the key technologies allowing content creators to publish video and other multimedia content on the web. Millions of the content creators have since used Shockwave to publish videos, animations, and other multimedia. An adaptable and multifaceted media expert, Jalopter, went on to establish business operations for the launch of television streaming service called Hulu. Hulu. There have been, um, there you have it. The 7 black pioneers that every podcaster should be thankful for. If you're an indie creator or professional existing anywhere in the podcasting space or just generally love podcasting, you should thank them. And so that's Lisa Jalopter, which we just read about, Mark Dean, Jack L. Cooper, Marion R. Croak, Dr. Victor Lawrence, I.B. Wells, or Ida B. Wells, James E. Smith. Those 7 we should be very, very thankful for. I know I am. All right, everyone. That does it for me. I will be back tomorrow night, where we will give you an audio version of the Wind Down podcast here on the Really Charlie podcast on Fireside, and just giving you a new flavor, new voices on this podcast, and where they talk about many things. Subject matter I don't know right now, but trust me, you will like it, you will love it, and you will tune in every Sunday for the Wind Down podcast. So feel free, give me a shout if you want to be a guest on the Really Charlie podcast. Just email me at reallycharliepodcast@gmail.com, and we'll put you on the show. You may be anybody, but if you have something you want to share with us, whether it's singing your voice, you may be an author of a book, you may want to know how to write a book, anything, just give me a call. You may have a podcast yourself that you want to put out there. Come on, join me, and we'll talk shop on the Really Charlie podcast. All right, everyone. I'm going to let the Waybot sing his song, and we will be moving on. I'll see you tomorrow at 7 p.m.